Hey everybody, Barry at CTech-review. We're finally gonna get the 2025 Ram 1500 RHO out in the dunes today. We got the tires aired down to about 12-15 PSI. Our truck is loaded. We got 5 people in the vehicle, so it should be pretty fun. We did remove the Timber Grove airbags because I wanted to see how does this compare to our 2021 and 2024 Ford F-150 Raptor. Let's do this. Well, before we go do a little off-roading in the RHO tomorrow, notice I got the rear end all jacked up. It's because we just removed the airbags. Here we go. I just removed the driver's side and passenger side. We're keeping the upper frame mount and the lower axle mount attached. I was a little worried about removing these because I thought this was going to be kind of tough. This is super simple. This is literally like, it took me 10 minutes. How I go about it, put a receiver in, jack this thing up, slide underneath of my creeper here, create a bunch of space basically between the axle to get like full droop. I'm leaving my lower frame mount installed and my upper. Lower frame mount and upper is still attached. Remember the line, if you watch my video of installation, you save the cap to the airline. This pops out. We recap that, and I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna zip tie it, just kind of keep it out of the way. But this should work just perfect. While I got this thing all free on driver and passenger side, both removed, I'll just make sure everything's still tightened down. But now we can give this thing a good rip tomorrow without the airbags installed. Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me. This is super hillbilly. I'm not proud of this, but I had 5 minutes to get this done. And this is just sacrificial, but this is some 3M paint protection film I had left over. I just literally threw this on. I'm gonna throw it away as soon as I get back home. I didn't have time to mix up some IPA and everything, but the whole idea was I'm trying to protect from tomorrow from some rock chips. This area is gonna get slaughtered, and we're gonna do a whole, a better paint protection. Obviously, this is just literally for one-time use. But yeah, anyhow, you guys can make fun of me. I get it. But I at least wanted something on there to protect the sides for tomorrow, and then I'll throw it away. Driver's side is even worse. This is terrible, but it'll work for a one-time use. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we got our tire pressure down. We are in Baja drive mode. Traction control off. I'll be curious to see how the settings are as far as in the suspension in Baja mode, if it is correct. We're gonna find out. But we're between 10 and 12 PSI. I've found if it's pretty dry right now, I have a feeling that the sand won't be set up real well. And so when I found it's dry, you're better off having a little bit lower PSI, but when it's wet, you can run higher PSI. And there's pros and cons to each. DNRs rip around in Ford Raptors. That's what's kind of cool. So this is where like my truck is 4-wheel drive, so I'll probably just put it in 4 high right now just to kind of lock it in. What I'm really curious about though is how this thing compares to the Raptor suspension wise, because the Raptor's pretty solid. And I've noticed like driving on the road is this thing feels sportier than the F-150 Raptor on the road. The F-150 Raptor is more like wallowy, you know? This thing's more composed.
It's bumpy.
It is, it's always bumpy, man.
Why is it bumpy?
Obviously, don't want people drinking in here. It's already dangerous enough as it is. So this hill on the left-hand side, they call Test Hill. It's kind of like the first little hill through here. You can kind of see what it's like. We'll give her a quick rip.
That's scary. And that will come and just back up. Oh, I love this. This is the best day ever. This is the best day ever. This is my best day ever.
You guys don't like this, do you?
I do. I love it. I love it, bro.
I was trying to get this camera working. Kind of bummed that it won't stay on though. I think after you get over 25 mile an hour, this thing turns off, because this is nice on the F-150 Raptor. When you get into the top of those hills, you can kind of see, are we cresting into another, or like what's happening. But this, see, it shuts off. That's a bummer. I wonder if there's a way to override that.
Yeah, I wish it would stay on.
Stay on, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Does the TRX have the same?
A TRX, I would assume, is the same setup as this because the display and stuff was pretty similar.
This test hill.
This is test hill. You guys want to do it again? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
When are we gonna do it, Donut? Wonderful. I really want it.
Oh, they're stuck.
Well. Oh my gosh. Even that one is stuck.
Oh yeah, they're stuck too. So this is more reason why it's nice to have a front-facing cam. Like going over this edge right here, like, see, it's kind of nice where you could see, all right, what are we coming up on? There we go.
I'm really scared on these hills. I feel like we're gonna tip over.
You guys want to go do a little drag race?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna push it a little bit. Ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Because that's like nothing.
My car seat, Flo.
See, no, this one though, right here, if you hit this hard, you'd be getting some serious air. Okay, you guys ready? Isn't that incredible?
You did a jump.
Hold on. One more. There we go.
I'll go to play.
Oh, let's see what the bowl's like. Okay, you guys ready?
These are all big ones.
These aren't too bad.
I hope we don't flip over. Yeah.
This is where you gotta be careful. You smash that front skid plate. We've done that before, haven't we, Huds?
Yes.
Like right there. Can feel it like getting close. Like right there.
Somebody going in. Is it Elvis? Cereal bowl. Cereal bowl.
Cereal bowl? You want to do another cereal bowl?
No.
How much impact do you think the front end can take without?
Well, we're bottoming right there. I could feel like in the last final stroke. I'm more trying to worry about not hitting that front skid plate. But it could take a pretty good hit. Just sucks when you scratch the front skid plate and make it look kind of janky. We've done that a bunch too. I'm surprised the coolant temp got pretty warm. You can tell it's cooling down pretty quick now.
I'm taking my shoes and socks off.
Yeah, it's too bad there's no drag racing because that's now makes sense. We know why no one is out there.
It's because all the
All the whoops in the drag race area. Yep.
and also all the bikes who are crashing. The dirt bikes. Like if you're riding. Yeah, if you're riding the bikes. I would do it if I was.
You guys ready?
Yeah, but for dirt bikes, it's if it was a flag race, the bikes would definitely. It didn't yet jump. Whoa.
So you kind of got to jump that to then. You can't come into that hard, because then you'll stuff that front end. But you got to clear that first set and then get on the brakes hard. It's funny because that area right there is the same as it was last year, whereas like that little double, you got to clear. We're trying to chase these razors right now.
Yeah, to scare them. Try to scare them.
I wish I had the 24 Raptor to kind of compare suspension, because I think this thing does pretty good. I mean, we haven't really blown through the travel too much. Hold on.
Hello, Alex.
It's pretty smooth. There you go, guys. That was a jump.
Yeah, that's a jump.
Yeah.
I thought it was a jump.
You got one. First time with the RHO on the dunes. What are my takeaways after owning every generation Ford F-150 Raptor, plus we have a Bronco Raptor right now? First, I'll start with the good. The good is I'm impressed with these Bilstein shocks. I really just didn't think it'd have the capability of our 21 or 24 Raptor. I felt that it had just as good a rebound control and high-speed dampening. I didn't notice any pogoing or fast rebound. It seemed to cycle the suspension really good. We had it in Baja mode the entire time. I wish it had more adjustment, like with the F-150 Raptor you can change, or Bronco Raptor from the steering wheel, you can change your suspension settings if you want. This is just kind of set it and forget it. But it felt very composed. I did not feel like, even though it's only a 2.5-inch shock versus the Fox with the 3-inch or 3.1-inch, I didn't feel that it had any less valving. It felt just as capable. Did I bottom it out? I did bottom it out a few times, front and rear. We hit the skid plate up front a few times, put a few small little marks in it, but nothing crazy. I would love to put some 37s on this truck, get a little more clearance. Performance-wise, dude, this motor is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. It feels a lot stronger than my 21 Raptor off-road. It's got a great mid-range power. The paddle shifters work amazing in this thing. It's precise, it's on point, and truly, after having Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, the 6-speed and 10-speed trucks, I think the 8-speed in this thing is very well suited for off-road. It's like the perfect amount of gears, especially with the power here. All through the gears, even in the Baja mode, the shifting worked great. Tires felt good. We were running, like I said, 10 to 13 PSI or 12 to 13 PSI, no issues there. I wish I had a little bit better approach angle up front. I think some 37s will help with that, maybe some aftermarket springs. But first run at the 25 Ram 1500 RHO was not a disappointment. Absolutely happy with it. The things that I miss with the Raptor is I wish there's a way, and I gotta figure this out, maybe you guys can leave a comment down below. I wish I could keep the forward-facing cam on all the time. There's a lot of times when you're going over something steep, it's kind of nice to see over, especially here at Silver Lake. There's a lot of like wood and debris and crap. It's kind of nice that you're not gonna, you know, run into something. The other thing is I wish that when you turn the truck on and off, I like how the Ford gives you the ability to keep it in the prior drive mode so you don't have to go back through and select Baja. But otherwise, guys, I have no complaints. One other thing I'd like to add for a future video is I'd like to find out if there is a way to fully disable your ABS and different controls, because even in Baja mode and even with the stability controls off, you could still feel the ABS brakes engage a few times. So anyhow, so if you're on the fence and wanting to know how does the RHO do off-road, it does awesome. I'm very impressed with it. And coming from every generation Raptor, I don't see this as any less capable here at Silver Lake Sand Dunes. I got no complaints with this thing, and we're gonna have this truck back out here again soon, and we'll compare it to the Bronco Raptor. The Bronco Raptor is just amazing in the dunes. It's got such great clearance and breakover angles. It's really hard to beat that thing out here. So as I mentioned, I'm pretty impressed for the first time out with the RHO. You know, I'll be fair and tell you, I just had automatic biasness to believe the Fox suspension would be far superior to this Bilstein setup. But from what I saw on this first trip to the dunes, I didn't really see any difference. If anything, I think this thing had actually a little bit better rebound control than our 21 Raptor. The 24 Raptor with their new dual live valve, I think is amazing. It would be really fun if we had a 37 package or Raptor R to compare back to back to the Bilstein setup with their dual valve technology, because they both go about it a little bit differently. It will be interesting to compare that in the future. What I'd like to do is I'm gonna start investigating, could we do 37s on this? Because that will help a lot with approach angle and give it a little better clearance off-road, as well as making the ride a little bit smoother off-road. But at what sacrifice? We're gonna get a little worse ride quality, we're gonna get a little worse fuel economy, maybe a little less performance as well. I'm gonna look into that. I've been looking to see what kind of spring options and what we can do as far as in that regard. And yes, if you're wondering, we did only run premium. This is one thing in the dunes, I always run premium with any vehicle we're out here, just a little extra detonation protection. Sadly, the drag strip was not able to do any drag racing today, because I would have loved to race a Gen 2, Gen 3 Raptor. Just too whooped out, no one was racing today, but we will be doing that in the future. I'm really excited to see what 3-liter Raptor Bronco versus 3-liter Hurricane does performance-wise. It's gonna be really fun. The motors feel completely different as far as how they build power and everything. We get underneath here, everything's fine obviously here. We got into the skid plate a little bit, nothing bad. Nothing bad. The powder coat seems to be holding up pretty good. I don't see any dents in it, just some small marks. I was gonna show you guys, I'll put a link down below. This is the flag mount setup that I like running on our trucks. This is a quick release for your flag, and then this is just a simple U-bolt design that you can buy actually from Silverback Off-Road in Mears, Michigan, and I'll put a link to their website here. So if you guys want to call them up, or if you're in the Michigan area, it's really easy. If you're going to the dunes, just stop and get one. It's a simple setup. It's nothing too sophisticated. And I also kind of want to show you guys our Hillbilly sacrificial protection on the sides. You can kind of see where this worked, where it did protect the sides of the truck, and just kind of show you now. I'm going to peel this off, see if it leaves any kind of residue. I don't think it will. Nope, no residue, but it did leave a little bit of protection, which is good. And we're going to redo this in the future. I'm going to at minimum do some PPF in this area just to kind of protect this area. Oh, and then people had questions. How did the XLs, I did the XLs off-road yesterday. If they did bottom out, which I'm sure they probably did, I didn't see any issues with it if they're hitting ground or anything, but I love the protection we got there. Pull off this side now, I'll show you. There we go. That one's off. Now let's see if we can see the mounts. I don't know if we can see the mounts up there. Yeah, there's your mounts for your Timber Growth airbags. Everything seemed to look okay. I didn't see any kind of interference issues with the upper or lower airbags. And then obviously here's your rear mud flaps. Everything looked good there. I don't notice any kind of issues otherwise. The tonneau cover held up really good. Yeah, no issues. Just kind of show you guys, we got a little sand in the truck. Definitely got to clean this beast up here in a little bit. This is part of dune life. This is actually, believe it or not too bad compared to times of the past. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I appreciate you guys watching the channel. Thanks for watching.